Hey, where does the line between art and nature blur? Vashon Island. It happens in the presence of the Bird King. That's right, the Bird King. It's a sculpture on the island. It captures the soul of this island like little else does. So, you want to talk about this extraordinary piece of art and the work that it took to build it and where it is and what it looks like. You really want to discover the magic that Vashon Island incorporates, embodies in bowls. Come take a look with me as we go. Look at the Bird King. All right, so you know, and I know, and if you've been in this channel for any length of time, that Vashon is an artist-based community. You know, when people ask me the difference between Vashon and say Bainbridge, you got the yuppies and the business professionals on Bainbridge, and you got the artists and the hippies and the rednecks here on Vashon. And that really is just having lived in the Pacific Northwest for 20 years, in the Seattle area for 20 years, and lived on Vashon for half that time. I can tell you that's maybe a stereotype, but it's pretty freaking accurate. Okay. That's the way it is, that Vashon really is an art-based community. There's about 200 over 200 artists that are members of the Vashon Island Visual Arts Organization on the island. So there's more artists than that, but those are the ones that are members. And there's about 40 studios and galleries on the island. Really, frankly, everyone's either an artist, a hippie, a redneck, or a realtor. That's it. That's the job. That's what we get on this island. Okay. So let's talk about this project, because there's a project that Viva, Vashon Island Visual Arts Organization, started called Love Your Island. And it is totally badass. It's like one of my favorite things that anyone's done here, this Love Your Island. It's a community-driven art project that celebrates what's unique about Vashon, that unique artist spirit that's here. So a lot of the work of Love Your Island connects artists with community. You know, that's what Viva's main mission is. They're a nonprofit on the island that started the Love Your Island project to connect artists with each other and artists with the community, which fosters creativity, collaboration, all that good stuff, and appreciation of the art all the way around. Now, as a recovering art school graduate, I freaking love that. It's just the best. Visual arts are the best. And there's a lot more than just visual arts on the island. You know, we have the Vashon Center for the Arts, a lot of beautiful performing arts on the island. The O Space, we can get into a ton of the different ways art gets expressed on this island, but we want to focus on this troll project because it's cool. I love this thing. Okay. So, you know, the troll project is the troll that's on the island is called the Bird King. Okay. The project, the Bird King here on the island got started in September of 2023 by Thomas Dambo. Now, Thomas is an artist who focuses on recycled materials and has brought over 100 trolls into existence in the world, right? There's, I think, 7 or 8 in the Pacific Northwest. These are large sculptures made from recycled materials. There's one in Portland, there's one on Bainbridge, there's one in Issaquah, West Seattle, Vashon, and Ballard. Okay, that's the Pacific Northwest trolls, but there's over 100 in the world. And the intention behind them, every troll plays a specific part in an overall environmental story that Dambo is creating. His take on it is that nature is circular and everything has meanings. His trolls symbolize recycling, creativity, interconnectedness of art and the environment. And it really does reinforce the values of environmental stewardship, which is something many people on Vashon take very seriously, from watershed protection, restoration, preservation of riparian habitats, all that work is something that these sculptors bring forth into the world, like that kind of a space. The trolls being hidden, right? None of the trolls' locations are known until they're finished. Give people an opportunity to explore natural spaces, a reason to get out into nature, a reason to go out into the world and experience nature in a one-on-one way, not just sitting on our couches watching the nature channel. So they're totally cool. Okay. I love this one particularly. The Given where we're located, Vashon's located, the traditional Salish territories, where the project worked closely with the Muckleshoot and Snoqualmie tribes, uh, coordinated with them to celebrate human experience by amplifying the connections between this, the Coast Salish tribe communities and the Danish Scandinavian traditions, which Dambo is a part of. Okay. Um, the locations are picked for the surroundings, right? For where the sculptures themselves are made to amplify the exact location of them. So they're custom designed to the specific location, right? The whole uh, project itself, like the birth of the troll project itself, is really from Dambo's commitment that we view trash differently, that we focus on recycling, but not just in the, let's throw this in a bin, but how can we use things in a new way? And these are sort of an engaging, mystical, uh, um, missing the word that I want here, like whimsical way, putting them together. Okay. And combining what art does better than anything is to meld those kinds of worlds. In this case, art, nature, community spirit. This was a community driven event. The local chamber of commerce, our chamber of commerce, got together with 70 volunteers and coordinated the work getting done with the Scan Design Foundation in Denmark to create this project, and to coordinate all that work between the volunteers and the grant providers and the site partners, and to make sure that it all worked. It really was a grassroots sort of community involvement um, that took to get this thing happening, which is just so much fun. Uh, I Thomas Dambo's story is such a cool story. This guy, the artist, who's the whose idea this all is, right, is fabulous. He's got this really cool uh, background. He's got obviously a deep seated passion for recycling and turning trash into art installations. He has always appreciated. He came to the island and uh, uh, had a presentation at the Vashon Center for the Arts and talked about how he always appreciated the value of discarded items. Like as a kid, right? He started actually as a rapper, right? Talk about recycling, right? There's right there, right? And, began transition from music to visual arts, making street art birdhouses and graffiti. And um, he really got the idea of this to create these trolls from recycled materials so that they could embody the kind of environmental message of rethinking how we think about waste. He's got 125 of these trolls in 17 countries. Okay. He remembers the things. I'm just trying to remember what he was talking about. Like he remembers dumpster diving, right? And as a kid, going to the recycling center, right? He, uh, the Way of the Bird King, which is our troll here, really comes from his love of birdhouses as a kid, his ability to do that, right? Um, and they're just a fascinating, the way they sit in the environment really does. It has a very organic feel to it. like a way of being in there that you really can't help but get overtaken by the connection between the people that built it, the location of it, the communication of the recycled art, and the way it embodies all of that is just brilliant. Okay. I can't recommend going to see it highly enough. Okay. It's a must see. And its location on the island is perfect because it's at the Point Robinson Lighthouse, which is, if you're coming over to the island, it's one of the, frankly, only things to do on the island is to see the lighthouse. It's on the point. Every now and then we get orcas coming through, right? And you can see them off the point. And that really is, so it's a great double dip, right? We just went out there to walk the dog when we went and shot these drone shots of it. Um, it's one of the things that make Vashon so special is the ability to get out into nature and to have this art placed in one of the most beautiful spots on the island to, I really think, amplify the way the island respects both art and nature is just a fabulous, fabulous combination. So if you're headed out to the island, look forward to seeing the Bird King because he is badass. It's a badass little troll. Um, Let me know if you have any questions about coming out to the island. Obviously, if you're looking for housing on the island, that's what I'm here for. But any questions about what it takes to live on Vashon, that's really what I'm available for. I'd love to help you know that. I'm only 10 years living on an island, so I spent, most of my time not living on an island, and I can tell you all about the differences of there. And so if there's anything that comes up for you or any questions you have, let me know. Happy to help. And come on over and see our Bird King troll. Come visit Oscar. See you around.